Good evening and welcome to Westerly High School, Salvatore Agiri Field for today's Girls Soccer Division III quarterfinal matchup between the Cranston East Thunderbolts and your Westerly Bulldogs. At this time, I ask the starters to please take the field as I call your name. For the visiting Thunderbolts, coached by Brianna Oakes, Garrett McWeeny, and Arnaldo de la Cerda Ju. Number 1, Genesis Astromera. Number 4, Bella Acevedo. Number 10, Nora Flynn. Number 11, Lily Guyan. Number 12, Tia Senzero. Number 13, Madeline Flynn. Number 14, Leah Jimenez. Number 16, Alyssa Pereira. Number 22, Isabella Dupre. Number 26, Estefani Varela. And number 27, Kylie McCreevy. And the starters for the Bulldogs, coached by Jay Hudson, Evo Diaz, and Hillary Torano. Number 1, senior captain Samantha Sacco. Number 2, senior captain Gia Keegan. Number 4, Nora Zerberini. Number 5, senior goalkeeper Kaylee Lamb. Number 7, Kate Rafferty. Number 9, Summer Bruno. Number 11, Eva Entrieri. Number 13, Ocean Lombard. Number 14, Danica Jarrett. Number 18, Rose Bowen. And number 22, Sydney Hake. At this time, would you please stand and turn your attention to the flag near the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello one, hello all, and here we are. It all comes down to this, Sal, or Agiri Field, folks. We got some ladies varsity soccer quarterfinal playoff action. Cranston East has come to town. The Bulldogs coming off of an unbelievable regular season, 12-1, regular season division champs. But you can kind of throw that all out the window, folks. Cranston East coming in, and all that matters is that they're coming in. They're here. Their regular season didn't go as well, 5-7-1. But that's the last time you're going to hear me say either team's record, because that's all in the past. It is win or go home. Two things that do matter, I do believe. The fact that you are here in Westerly as your Lady Bulldog, and the fact that you have won 9 games in a row. And I'll throw in another one that could work in their favor, and that's the 6 days rest they have. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa Andrew behind the lens, and this is playoff action. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing it to you. The teams are about to take the field, and like I said, it doesn't matter how you got here. It matters that you got here, and that's all that matters. The Thunderbolts are here. I watched them in pregame, and they look like just as good as any opponent I've seen in pregame for whatever knowledge that is that I bring in. The Bulldogs come in on the back of 16 goals by Samantha Sacco. I do believe she finished the season with at least 16 goals. I do believe that's the number. I do believe that's up top in the entire division. That's pretty unbelievable when you can count on that from a single player, but this was a group. This has been an entire group unit. When I say that, I know because I try to announce the names, and it's a constant rotation. And if it wasn't for the defense, then the offense wouldn't be as good. And if it wasn't for Kaylee Lamb in the goal, then everybody would. It's a complete unit situation here with this girls' team. The bottom line is they've been dominant all year long, and they look to continue that tonight. At the end of the night, someone's going home, folks, and someone's going to play on Monday night versus the winner of Narragansett and Exeter West Greenwich. The Thunderbolts are going to start with the ball. Beautiful, beautiful weather out. Just finished a beautiful sunset on top of the hill here. We'll be under the lights momentarily. And the Thunderbolts kick back and get started here. Nothing but playoff action left for us, folks. Tomorrow night we'll be back here. Up the far sideline it goes. The Bulldogs are going to be going from right to left as they fight for possession here, right around the 40. And the Bulldogs will take possession for the first time. That's Rafferty. And it's going to come to the near sidelines. Physical start as number 19 for the Bulldogs, Kayla Bruno, the freshman. And like I said, for the Bulldogs, they use everybody, including several freshmen. Up the far left, near side in the corner. And Cranston East comes out with it. Back and forth we go. The season finale we covered for the Lady Bulldogs, and they might have a chance here. And it was a slow first half. It was a scoreless first half, and the Bulldogs have an opportunity there in the box. And they don't get a full foot on it, and the Thunderbolts goalie will scoop it up and avoid any kind of an offensive threat there. So the Lady Bulldogs in their season finale, their 9th win in a row, they failed to score in the first half. It went to the half tied 0-0. The final was 5-0. They're looking to get to a quicker start than that, obviously, here tonight. And due to the fact that it's a playoff game or in any game, out of bounds it goes on the far side. The Bulldogs are going to throw in. It looks like number 18 will throw in. That's Rose Bowen. It's funny, I have 2 sets of rosters in front of me. I had to bring a second one because my first one, every player has a different color highlight on it at this point because they've all been used, and now I'm not sure which highlight means what. So I started fresh here tonight with 2 rosters. And from the far corner, the throw-in, Sabrina gets foot on it, and there's a whistle offside. Sacco was a little bit ahead of the ball. So Cranston East will start with it. Like I said, nothing but playoff action from here out. The winner of this game will head to Johnston. It is a neutral site location where all the semifinals will be played. And like I said, they'll be playing the winner of the A 2-seed Narragansett, B 3-seed Exeter West Greenwich game, which is being played simultaneously with this right now. The throw in from the far side. So far, no huge threat. We're early on. 2 minutes into this thing. Both teams kind of finding their way, getting settled in. Haven't met this year, so they got to learn each other a little bit as well. And battling for possession on the far side. It looks like it's going to go the way of Cranston East. And they haven't gotten back to the defensive level of the Bulldogs yet, and they do right there, but quickly avoided And it's popped up near midfield, coming down in the area of Zabrini. And a little footwork, tries to get behind the defense, unable to do so. That's catching Rafferty. Zabrini with it on the far side, just up ahead, tries to get ahead. Back with it, and he's going to try again. And nice defense by number 10, Nora Flynn. But the Bulldogs end up with it. Sacco's running it down. There's a chance here if she can turn the corner. And she gets a foot on it. A little wide right of the goal. Didn't get the corner as much as she needed. A little bit of threat there for the Bulldogs. And her speed, and obviously that season goal total is ridiculous. In 13 games, a total of 16 goals. That's a number and a half. But like I said, it's been an entire team effort defensively. They've given up the fewest. And on the defensive end right now, throwing it in, number 9 for the Bulldogs, Summer Bruno, multi-sport athlete. The volleyball team just finished up their season, as did the Bulldog football team. Eva Intreri trying to run it down and get behind the defense, and she does. Just a second, she's going to try to center it. And there's a second thunderbolt there, goes out of bounds off of Intreri. So they're going to let the goalie take it, I do believe. Another threat by the Bulldogs, so they're getting there. They are pressing the matter here early on, just 4 minutes into this one. And if you can't get excited about this, folks, you don't get excited about soccer. It is playoff action here on the hill. Going to be right back here tomorrow night. And from the corner of the Bulldogs, pop it up and over just behind Bruno. Nice idea. Just a tick off. Seems the Bulldogs aren't far off here. They're the only one threatening, as Lamb hasn't gotten a piece of it yet. And that's a good thing. Always a good sign. And the Thunderbolts will put it live here off the foot of number 9. And the Bulldogs step in. And they're threatening again. Sacco has it. And she's going to have a shot at it, and it's in! Top left corner, goal! Number 1, Samantha Sacco nets her 17th goal. 17th goal of the season. Splits the 2 defenders. Top left corner, nice effort by the goaltender. Great spot, impossible to stop by Sacco. And the Bulldogs are on the board here in this quarterfinal playoff matchup. 1-0 Bulldogs early on, just 5 minutes and 13 seconds in. It took 41 minutes and change in their season finale, so 6 days off the rested legs proved beneficial for the Bulldogs. They were pressing the matter since the start of this thing, have just been a tick off, a hair off, maybe a little behind, just left, just right. You knew they were going to center it at some point, and they did. Off to a quick start here in this 2022 postseason campaign. And Bruno inbounds it. And there's a whistle. I don't think she was ready. About 34 and change to go. And now the Thunderbolts will inbound it on the Westerly side. Going left to right in the white. And they try to get it up over the top. And there is a Thunderbolt in the area. Nice D. Nice footwork by the Bulldogs. Trying to see who that was over there. And Kaylee Lamb is going to scoop it up before any major threat created. Number 5, Lamb. A huge reason why the Bulldogs are 12-1. You don't have a 12-1 record unless you have a fantastic goalie, and that is the case. That was the case last year, and even better this year. And up the far sideline, in steps a Thunderbolt defender, and another whistle on the field. This production brought to you in part by Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan, cell phone sales, service, and repair. And Bulldogs number 7, Katrin Rafferty. Only a sophomore, folks. This is her second year of full-time action. She played as a freshman up over the top, but the goalie will come way out. Made the decision to come out. Obviously respects the speed of Intreri, Sacco, Keegan, Bruno, the entire front line of the Bulldogs. And possibly a little injury maybe. I'm not sure what the delay is on the floor here. But the official comes in and starts things back up a little bit. And the Bulldogs are going to start with the ball here. So another huge opportunity for Westerly. Gia Keegan, number 2. It'll come off of her foot. And this is always fun to watch. Nope, she's going to be stepped off to the left, and Rafferty's going to take a shot at it. Been active here all night long. Let's see what she does. Options abound here. I'm learning as I go as well. Everybody's in a spot for a reason. Waiting for that whistle. Here it is. And she goes out there, and the deflection in. They were working on that before the game in the opposite goal. The pass through the middle, the misdirection. Bulldogs get a piece of it. Knocks the direction off. The goalie can't track it. Let me see who got that second piece. And that was number 4. That was Zerberini. Yes, number 4 for the Bulldogs, Nora Zerberini. It officially goes off of her foot. Changes the direction of their shot completely. The goalie for Cranston East didn't have a chance. What a play by the Bulldogs. Rafferty to Zerberini, the assist, the goal, and that quickly, boom. The Bulldogs are on the board with 2. That has to be deflating if you're a Thunderbolt. And you really got to kick it in here. You're on the road now. You've given up 2 goals in a less than a 2-minute span. And the Bulldogs up the far sideline with it again. And they've been pressing since the get-go in this one, folks. They were ready for the playoffs. They embraced the 6 days. That can work either way, I've been trying to say, but it did not work against the Bulldogs. And again, the Bulldogs pressing the matter in Thunderbolt area. It's up and open as the Thunderbolt defender kicks it to the side. Out of bounds it goes. The Bulldogs will inbound. And that's number 14 for the Bulldogs, Danica Jarrett, sophomore. She'll throw in, and she does sackle with it back to Jarrett, and that goes out. No, stays in bounds. Bulldogs stay with it, centering pass, and they get a piece of it. A little bit too much. Contrarian step behind the pass. Same idea. Number 13, Ocean Lombard that time. And Cranston East goalie quickly puts it back in play. Rafferty quickly, though, steals it, puts it back up the sideline, out of bounds it'll go, and Cranston East should take possession, I think. No, Westerly's going to have possession of it, and there's a whistle, threw in a bit too quickly. So this quick, the Bulldogs, the Lady Bulldogs up 2-0, still just 10 minutes barely into this thing, and they throw in from the far side, and they come up with it, and they try to get behind the defense, and they almost do it again. Sacco has it. And a whistle, a tick too quick. It looked like somebody must have been. It must be an offsides call, and the Thunderbolts will take possession. But again, a pressing penalty. It's one of those penalties, 100% penalty. If you're going to commit an infraction, do it 100%. And they're pressing the issue offensively. Clearly, this Bulldog team came in with a plan. They installed that plan. They had 6 days of rest to do so. Of rest, I say, non-live game action. This Cranston East squad didn't have, well, they had a good little break themselves, Cranston East. So down to the ground and a whistle on the far corner. And that's going to go against the Bulldogs' Sacco. They got tangled up and a little bit too much body there at the end. I think she fell off balance herself. No ill intent. And the Thunderbolts will put a foot on it from the far corner, heading left to right. This production brought to you in part by Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee, Lori Wycall for Westerly School Committee, Kevin J. Lothar II for Westerly Town Council, and Caswell Cook for Rhode Island State Senate District 38. Bulldogs throwing in from the far side. When it's in blue, I got to be quick because I know that they're going to press the issue here, and I love it. I love playoffs. High school playoffs are even better, folks. I've been waiting all day for this. Tomorrow night, the action continues. And the Bulldogs again fighting for possession. Zerberini with it. She scored the second goal, getting her foot on it. Perfect timing, perfect change of direction on the pass from Rafferty. And I swear that I was watching them work on that exact play before the game in the opposite end of the field. And boy, did it work out. And they're going to run it down. This is Contrary. She's going to get a one-on-one shot and a little contact. And the shot to the far right. Nice stop by the goalie for the Thunderbolts. That is Isis De Silva, the diving save. The Bulldogs still threatening. Nice angle, nice shot location by Contrary. Tried to cross her body completely. A little bit of contact before, but they allowed it. I think that forced an extra step out of Contrary, which changed the angle, changed everything. Anyway, the Thunderbolts escape Another Bulldog opportunity offensively, and I don't believe it'll be their last, the way things are looking here tonight. Lights are on, the sun is down. We are now under the lights on the hill in the playoffs. And again, it's even Trarian, the final defender for the Thunderbolts. The Bulldogs offense constantly pressing this back line of defense. Meanwhile, you hear very little of our Westerly Bulldog defense. The ball's just not getting back there. Sid Hake has not been challenged yet, and whenever she is, she steps up to it. Rafferty has had a huge part, obviously, in both goals in reality, but on the scene thus far. Keegan pops it up and over to the right of the goal. So De Silva will put it in play for Cranston. We have 27-11 to go, first half of play. Ladies varsity soccer quarterfinal action. Bulldogs off to a 2-0 start here. Winner moves on. We'll play on Monday night, the 7th at 7 p.m. at Johnston High School for the semifinals, Final Four. However you want to phrase it. And the Bulldogs step up in the middle of that one. That's number 14 with the steal. She tries to center it, and the goalie comes out with it. That is number 14, Danica Jarrett. Tried to center it. Few Bulldogs were there. It was just a little too close to the goal, but again, a pressuring situation for the Bulldogs offense. Number 9 on D steps up for the Bulldogs, and Zerberini comes in and steals it. That goes off of a Thunderbolt. So the Bulldogs again will throw in. And number 9 for the Bulldogs, Summer Bruno. So the Bulldogs playing loose and carefree right now. I said I wouldn't talk about their regular season record. What I will talk about is a 9-game winning streak. And when you're looking at that, that is momentum, folks. That's confidence. That's a lot of things. That's hard work. That's teamwork. That's all the tools and attributes that come with state championship contenders. And that's what we're watching here today, folks. They did not wait 40 minutes. They did not get lazy, rest on their laurels. And in the action, steps number 22, Sid Hake gets foot on it, and to the right goes. And here she is again. A little bit of action, puts it to the Bulldog defense. Nice footwork there by Rafferty, gets it up the field again. And this is going to be another break for the Bulldogs. Sacco has it. And another one-on-one opportunity, and it's going to be up and off the goalie. The rebound kick is good. She follows her own kick up, and Samantha Sacco tacks in goal number 18. That's number 17 and number 18. Holy smokes, what a night. Gets her own rebound and bangs it to the left. 18 goals, folks, in 14 games. The Bulldogs are up 3-0. Sacco with 2, Zerberini with 1, Rafferty with the assist on Zerberini's. And the Bulldogs off to a quick and decisive start to this playoff campaign. And the Bulldogs have pressured this entire game from the start and have been rewarded for it. Zerberini up over the top again. And definitely deflating for a road team to be down 3 goals just 15 minutes in. You have 65 more minutes of soccer. That means one of two things. You come together as a team because it's do or die here, or it gets ugly quick. Bruno up the sidelines, number 19, Bowen. Excuse me, that's Bruno as well. And Trary, a little bit of extra body there by the Thunderbolts to let him play. And Trary tries to center it, knocks to the ground. And number 4 with it, Zerberini. Turns around, nice defense by the Thunderbolts. A little push there, and they finally call something. They kind of let a lot go there. The Bulldogs is definitely in favor of this one. And it's going to be off the foot of Rafferty, and why not? She has had a hot foot all night. She puts it on the spot as well. Chipped up over the far side, right where she wanted to put it. That is amazing how these women can do that. Off of, in the pass, the assist from Sacco to Eva Intrari to the low right. Did that go in? No. Close, but really close, but to the outside of the goal. So this offense is just banging for the Bulldogs here tonight. Their plays are working. Man, did that look like it went into me from this angle? But it's just a mirage, and I came really close to exploding with celebration, folks, because I'm brimming. 3 goals. I said I wanted a lot of goals. I obviously was hoping for them all to be Bulldog goals, but man, have they answered. And this team is just, when I say the word brimming, they're brimming with confidence. And but at the same time, they play 100 miles an hour. Intreri running that down, and a little bit too much body again, I do believe, the whistle. And the Bulldogs will inbound. I think. We're going to see who tallies up the ball over there. And we're going to start fresh in the goal. It'll be Cranston's ball now in favor of the Thunderbolts. So at the same time as these ladies are matched up right now, their opponent, the winner's future opponent, is playing. That is between Narragansett and Exeter West Greenwich. And that should be in Narragansett if I'm reading correctly. And the winners will meet up at Johnston on the 7th, which is Monday night, 7 p.m. Got to lock this one in first. Bulldogs thus far, it's been all Bulldogs. The pressure has been all Bulldogs. And trying to center it is Cranston. And up over the back, I see 2 Bulldogs behind, and Land grabs it. And at the 22:35 mark, off the Bulldogs goalie's foot with a 3-0 lead here at Sal Augeri Field. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer, owner Shane Lander. We have Lisa Ann True behind the lines. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and we will be right back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. kickoff for the Bulldogs versus the incoming Cumberland Clippers. Same scenario, quarterfinals. Winner hits the road to the semifinals. Hopefully both matchups, blue walks off the winner, we'll see. These ladies have sure started off this doubleheader the right fashion as Sacco's running one down again. You don't want to be one-on-one against her. She has great footwork, great aim, and nice diving save. Give credit where credit is due to Silva. Has been worked hard tonight. Nice D on the ball by number 13 as well, Madeline Flynn, as well being worked hard. Sacco sure is putting on the intensity over there in the far corner. And the Bulldogs as a whole have been playing with intensity to the ground. What pops up quick, that's what matters, Keegan. And the Thunderbolts will have possession right at midfield. They're trailing by 3, need some kind of an answer in the first half because the Bulldogs will not come out of the half any slower. This team's been gaining momentum here since, I don't know what the date is of that game, November 7th, I read somewhere. I have it in the paperwork here. It was against Narragansett, believe it or not, folks. So think about the redemption that would be for the Bulldogs, that their one loss. They have another shot. I do believe that this Bulldog team would want that opportunity rather than the other route and avoiding them. That being said, on the field, nice move by the Thunderbolt. A lot of Bulldogs behind, though. And Bruno will take possession of it out of bounds for the Bulldogs. And the throw in on the near side, right to left. And in comes Zerberini with it with some space and options. And she's going to slow it down, let some teammates catch up. And she hesitation move kicked out of bounds by the Thunderbolts. Zerberini will inbound it. Again in the Thunderbolts' third pressuring. The inbound goes right back to her off the foot of Intreri. And that is going to go out of bounds behind the goal. And the Thunderbolts will avoid any further damage here for the moment, halfway through half number 1. And the Thunderbolts will put it in play in the far corner. Nice defense again by the Bulldogs, stepping in immediately. That's number 14, Danica Jarrett, the freshman, having a very active first half of the first half. It's hard to believe it's 3-0 here only, and or already, I should say only. But really, it could be a lot worse. The Bulldogs really have pressured a lot. They've put a lot of work into De Silva this first half. And again, Sacco's going to have a shot, and a good one here. And that's going to be up and over the reach of the goalie to the back of the goal. Bang! That is a hat trick in 20 minutes and 35 seconds. Samantha Sacco pulls a hat trick already to open up the playoffs. She started this game with 16 goals and before half has already reached 19. I don't know if it's a record, folks, but it is fantastic. I said before the game I wanted goals. I didn't know one player was going to pop out 3 of them in the first half of the quarterfinals. The other goal It was a beautiful play between Rafferty off the foot of Zerberini, and this Bulldog team is on fire, folks. Sacco, the best offensive player probably in the division this season, is proving why here at home. Her last game at home, boy, has this senior imprinted some memories already. These seniors will not play on Salvatore Field again, regardless of outcome of any further game. So to walk off a winner in your final game, a lot of athletes don't get the opportunity, and another break by Sacco. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, and she pops it up in this one to the goalie. And the save is made, but this offense has found a leak in the Thunderbolts defense, I guess is what you'd call it. And boy, are they exploiting it. So from 16 to 19 in 20 minutes and 30 seconds, I don't believe what I'm seeing before my eyes. And this is a tribute to the defense too, folks. I don't want to leave them behind because they are who are getting the ball up ahead in front and allowing Sacco to create these runs. And another opportunity offense, this time Gia Keegan. She's going to get a shot at the goal, just over the top it goes. To the left, they had Trary. Further to the left, they had Bruno. 4 Bulldogs in front of the goalie, a very frustrated goalie, De Silva. And this Bulldog team, holy cow, are they a problem for the rest of the division if they play like this the rest of the way. Now this is excitement on the hill here on a beautiful fall Thursday night. And as I was saying, the seniors, Samantha Sacco, Gia Keegan, Kaylee Lamb in goal, this is it for them. Last chance at Salvatore Field, last memory at Salvatore Field, and boy, are they put a footprint that they will not soon forget, every which one of them. But the defense, the assists involved in this game, I don't know exactly who gets credit for what, but I know that the passes up over the top of the Thunderbolts defense is what is allowing all of this to start. And then Sacco's offensive skills, her foot skills, her shooting skills, and her speed. And then we saw the entire foot skills and play running skills of the Bulldogs when Rafferty and Zerberini showcased them on the second goal here. Out of the first 4 we have on board here in the first half. That's going to trickle out of bounds on the far side. And you can see a little bit of a deflated Thunderbolt squad here. And who wouldn't be? I have no idea. They have run into an explosive offensive Bulldog team in its entirety. You look at the best goalie in the league and the best defense in the league if they give up the least goals. And then as far as offense, you're seeing it right in front of you here today. I haven't seen an offensive display like this, I don't think, myself personally, on the call like ever. I have to be honest. And Bruno, nice footwork there. Look at that, like a gazelle. And almost gets it to the top to Bruno. A little contact. And that's what created the space. Is there a whistle? No whistle. They allow it. They're allowing a little bit here, and that's all right. You can't really extend the elbow, but I don't mind them allowing it. As long as nobody gets hurt. The throw-in will be from the Thunderbolts here. We are about 16 minutes to go in half number 1, and the Bulldogs have a goal. Then they got an insurance goal, and then they got a couple more of those on top of that. And we got a long game ahead. This production brought to you in part by the Wireless Zone, folks, of Verizon. Authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone, sales, service, and repair. Gia Keegan up over the top. And again, Sacco's going to have a run at it. And one-on-one, here we go, and chips it to the far right. You got to be kidding me. Goal number 4, goal number 20. She has got to be breaking records here. I wish I knew him. I wish I knew I had to go into the Hall of Records going into this game to be prepared for what I was about to see. But the Bulldogs have 5. Samantha Sacco has 4. She came in with a league-leading 16, and bang, now 20 on the season. I don't know. You got the hat trick for 3. I don't know. The quartet for 4. I don't know what you call it. But either way, it's just ridiculously impressive. And again, it's the passing, the assist. Beautiful passing up over the top by this Bulldog defense and midfield that are allowing these runs at the goal. And here the Thunderbolts, we don't have a run at it, but the Bulldog defense too quick. And across comes Rafferty. Bruno was there. Hake was there. And then Lambs vacuums it up, ends the threat before they can get a real shot, get any shot on goal. But like I said, to get these goals started, 4 out of the 5 of them anyway have been on the break. And that's coming from just a beautiful pass over the top generally by the defense or the midfield of the Bulldogs. This is an entire team effort. Boy, I'll tell you what, though, to have 4 for a single player in the first half, which to put your single season number up to 20, I wish I had somebody on the other end that would let me know what the entire record was, but I'll have it for tomorrow night, folks. That just gives you a reason. If you're not at the game tomorrow night, tune in. So I'll let you know where she ends up in the whole shebang on the entirety of a season goals scored. And the Thunderbolts will throw in from the Bulldogs' end. I know it'd be up against a player that I graduated with, coincidentally, and that's going to be Morgan Page. And we'll see what she ended up with. I don't know. So the Thunderbolts, either way, it's got to be some kind of record-breaking total. I got to be honest with you. And on top of 4.5 of a game, and wherever this thing ends up, and the Bulldogs will have it, they're going to push it up the side, and the defense steps in for the Thunderbolts. This production brought to you in part by Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee, Lori Wycall for Westerly School Committee, Kevin J. Lothar II for Westerly Town Council, and Caswell Cook for Rhode Island State Senate District 38. So with the throw-in, we are at the 13, about 15 mark here in half number 1. And yes, you're reading it correctly if you're just tuning in. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa Ann True behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and we are bringing you playoff action, folks. Quarterfinal playoff action. The Lady Varsity Bulldogs laying it out there, folks. 5-0 first half. 13 minutes to go, and you're going to hear this, and yes, you're hearing it correctly if you just tuned in. Samantha Sacco, 4 first-half goals, and the other one credited to Nora Zerberini, and Eva Intreri, great footwork, great speed, creates some room, and she's going to try to center this one, and tries to, gets past the goalie, and there's 2 Bulldogs there. Finally, just not enough of it. They had plenty of time. They couldn't decide who unless it got past the line. Let me see the diving effort. Did she save? It looks like a good save to me, folks. And it was. What a save it was on top of that. And at that point, I want to give credit to Isis De Silva because, my God, if she had missiles fired at her all day long from every which way. The 5th goal was scored by a beautiful pass up the middle from Rafferty. Zerberini put a foot on it, changing direction, and bang to the back of the net it went. This Bulldog defense in midfield is just getting it up over the top of this defense of the Thunderbolts, and Sacco is running it down, and Zerberini, the same situation. This entire Bulldog offense has just been pressuring since the start. I'm sweating. I can't imagine them on the field. And the Bulldogs still on their side of the field. The Bulldogs obviously lead heavily in time of possession, but they are not wasting time. Their shots on goal, I can't imagine what they have here in the first half. And overall offensive pressures, even if they didn't get a shot out of it. I don't know if the Thunderbolts have a shot on goal to their credit, to be honest with you. I know that Kaylee Lamb scooped it up 3 or 4 times, but I don't believe there were actual shots. There's a whistle, far side throw in, and Sacco's going to get rounded up, and she stops with it. Amazing first half performance. And yes, that gives her the 20. Some kind of a magic number, folks. 20 goals on the 2022 season. And turning the corner with it, another Bulldog on the offense. That's number 14, Jarrett. And she slips down off the foot of a Thunderbolt. They let him play. Bulldogs step in, and that shot attempt goes off in Treri. And that one goes off the back of Sacco. And fortunately for the Thunderbolts, the Bulldogs play D for themselves. And they'll make a run at it. Hit gets a foot on it. And the Bulldogs' defensive speed is just too quick at the moment. Number 18 for the Bulldogs, Rose Bowen on the ball. And up is Rafferty. And the Thunderbolts challenging, but Rafferty gets a foot in on it again. Kicking it out of the zone. Zerberini on the ball, and that is going to be Bruno. Two Brunos on the field here for the most of the first half. And there's the other one, Summer Bruno. On the near sideline, out of bounds it goes, and Cranston East will take it. You want the excitement to start the playoff week, folks, you got it. It started with a volleyball victory in 5 sets, folks, and it's moved on to this. Unfortunately, the volleyball season has ended in the meantime, but we brought you a victory in that, and man, has this been an exciting one. And I'll tell you what, all signs right now, I got to tell you, are a go. They look pretty darn good for this Bulldog team. They are they're a machine, and here we go. Again, they're looking for their, I don't want to say it, I don't know if she's supposed to, bad luck. Centering pass and a beauty by Entreri, and it's going to end up with Jarrett. She's got a shot on a nice diving save by De Silva, she's got a lot of saves. She really does. 5 have gotten past, but the percentage of shots to saves, there's been a lot of shots on goal. We're down to 9 minutes in the first half. And I will say it here before the half, the Bulldogs are looking for 10 wins in a row. It's been a long time since they did not win, and one of their possible next, Bulldogs, nice footwork, nice passing, almost another shot attempt. And the Bulldogs' possible next opponent, and between the two, pop shot just over the goal, is going to be the victor between Narragansett, Exeter West Greenwich. Bulldogs' sole loss of the season was versus Narragansett. Well, one of their non-league losses was versus Narragansett. So you think there'd be a little revenge factor maybe for the Bulldogs. They have not lost since. And that was a 1-goal differential. So next game will be played on a neutral site, and that would be Johnston High School. So if you're planning on attending, that's where it'll be. The Bulldogs at midfield. 8 minutes to go first half. 5-0 Lady Bulldogs as they are clicking on all cylinders. And they jostle for possession in the far corners of Salor Geary Field. Waiting for the whistle to inbound. And this time the Bulldogs are going to get the call. So the players will come back down. And in steps a Johnston defender. Bulldogs trying to center it. Johnston gets a foot on it, out of bounds it goes though. And it's going to go in the direction of the Bulldogs, and they are going to, that's going to be number 18 for the Dogs, Rose Browen. And a substitution on the Bulldogs side. You'll see a lot of that in the second half. But in reality, folks, you're going to see a lot of that. And, yeah, you might see a couple players get a little more rest than they would normally get because it's just smart. But this Bulldog team uses their whole roster anyway. So some of these younger ladies, the freshmen may get a couple more minutes than they normally get, but they're just about all in the rotation. Like I said, I have a roster, and I used it for a couple games, and by the time it's right here, but every player's highlighted. So I had to start fresh here for the playoffs, and it's not far from being that way again, and it's only halfway through. Impressive team these Lady Bulldogs have put together this year, let me tell you that. Bruno with it, up the near side. Chips it up ahead on a little hesitation move. Great athlete, Bruno is. Tri-sport athlete, centers it. And Keegan's going to have a foot split between two and put the shot out on it, and another save by De Silva. And she gets it back in play. Has been worked hard, to say the least. De Silva, the goalie for the Thunderbolts in this Bulldog offense, not done yet. And they will inbound quickly at the 6-minute mark here in the first half. Jarrett on the far side. This first half brought to you in part by Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee. Lori Wycall for Westerly School Committee. Kevin J. Lothar II for Westerly Town Council. Caswell Cook for Rhode Island State Senate District 38. And vote yes on 4, folks. Vote yes on 4. All right, and Cranston doing what they can to prevent a 6th first half goal. The Bulldogs in their finale, their season finale, were stonewalled the first half of the game. And their final score was 5 goals, but they were all second half goals. Not the case here tonight. They were pressuring right from the start here. It took a few stabs at it to get one to reach the back of the net, and then they just blew the doors off of things here. 5 minutes left, and they are still pressuring. And again, it gets behind the defender, but they are able to get it to the near sideline. And out of bounds it goes, though. The Bulldogs will have possession. Bruno will throw in for the Bulldogs quickly. That went over the head of Intreri and out of bounds off of a Thunderbolt. Here's a quick whistle. And we're waiting for the throw in here, folks. So, like I said, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bring it to you here, folks, on this Thursday night, a beautiful night. It is supposed to be beautiful tomorrow, and there is Friday night light action on top of the hill, folks. The Bulldogs bringing on a 5-game winning streak of their own, getting better every single game. Each game with the season on the line, and the Bulldogs will play host to the Cumberland Clippers tomorrow night. Kickoff 7 p.m. We will be bringing it to you live. Tune in if you can't be there. Bulldogs again up the far sideline. Centers it a little, and in steps the Thunderbolt. And Zabrini gets in the middle of it. Trying to get behind the Bulldog defense, unable to do so. And Lamb will scoop it up. 3 minutes to go here in the first half of action. All Bulldogs all night so far. 5 goals in the first half. And yes, you're going to hear me correctly here. Samantha Sacco with a 4-goal first half. Got the hat trick and figured that wasn't even enough for the first half, and she did it all in 30 minutes. But it wasn't a single-player situation, let me tell you. The passing from the defensive side in the midfield to get up and over perfectly behind the defense of the Thunderbolts was phenomenal, and it's the speed and footwork of Sacco combined with shot-making ability to finish those off. And the 5th goal, the non-Samantha Sacco goal, was just a beautifully constructed play by the Bulldogs right up the middle of the field. Rafferty split the defense of the Thunderbolts in the air, and Zabrini misdirected the ball with her foot. She got the final foot in credit for the goal. Goalie really didn't have a chance at that one, and she has had, I feel bad for Isis De Silva. I don't know that she knew what she was in for here tonight coming to Westerly. Westerly coming in with that big winning streak, looking to extend it to double digits here. And as far as confidence and momentum, the Bulldogs came in with fresh legs. They had 6 days off between games. And racing out to it is Lamb, diving head first to grab it. And a roar from the Bulldogs crowd as we enter in additional time here at the end of the first half. And what a way to end the first half defensively for Lamb. Zabrini chips it up and over. Nice footwork again by the Bulldogs. And number 13 with it for the Bulldogs. That's Ocean Lombard, and the goalie will come out and grab it. Lombard's had a busy first half as well. And waiting for the final whistle here in the first half. Win or go home, quarterfinal action. That's the way we play the rest of the way, folks. Football's the same deal tomorrow night. Win or go home. If you can't get excited for this, folks, I don't know. High school playoff action is just phenomenal, and this is what you're seeing. You're seeing the talent and the emotion and the years these players have played together. This team, I don't even want to talk about next year because what they've put together this year is so special. You want to just keep it in the moment. These seniors, like I said, this is the last time they will play on Sal Augeri Field, that being Samantha Sacco, Gia Keegan, and Eva Intreri. And what memories they have putting on a shot opportunity. Centered and scooped up by Lamb. Bounced off her, but she does grab it. And she wraps that up, assuring the hopeful shutout here at the half. and she will put a boot to it. And that is the whistle, and that should do it, and we'll do it on the first half of play. All Bulldogs all the time here in the first half. Westerly 5, Thunderbolt 0. We are going to take a break, and we'll be back in a few, folks.
My name is Kevin J. Lothar II. I'm a candidate for Westerly Town Council. But I was also an Army engineer officer for 13 years, and I solved problems in some of the most difficult places in the world, including the border with North Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Egypt. And I want to take that experience that I had working with governments all around the world and bring it back here to Westerly. I've had a lifetime of service, but I want to continue that service here in this town. So please come and support me on November 8th. My name is Kevin J. Lothar II. Together we can do big things.
Hi, I'm Lori Wykall, and I'm running for Westerly School Committee. Our education needs to get back to basics. Students should be focusing on reading, writing, arithmetic, and science during the school day. We need safe and secure buildings, which means a student resource officer in every school, and disciplinary policies that hold students accountable. For years, I've been that parent, asking questions, looking for answers, and voicing my opinion. I'm still that parent, and I'll be there for you, open, empathetic, and communicative. On November 8th, vote Lori Wykall for Westerly School Committee.
I am Timothy Killam, and I'm asking for your vote on November 8th for Westerly School Committee. As an active, involved parent, I know the efficiencies and deficiencies of our district. I want to grow the arts, CTE, and pathway programs to focus on student retention as well as increased student enrollment. As a former school committee member, I understand the complexity of our school budget and the need to focus on lowering per pupil costs to bring our district closer to the state average level. I also believe in being accessible, transparent, and collaborative with all constituents of Westerly so that we can grow the district for all future Bulldogs. I am Timothy Killam, and I'm asking for your vote on November 8th.
Hey, my name's Caswell Cook, and I'm running for State Senate here in District 38, which is Westerly, Charlestown, and a part of South Kingstown. I've been elected 8 times to the Westerly Town Council, and over my 20 years of public service to the town of Westerly, I've paved roads, I've balanced budgets, and I've gotten a lot of things accomplished. I've got a track record. I'm asking you to support me on November 8th for State Senate. It's an important election. Dennis Algier is retiring after 30 years, and I would like to take his place in Providence to fight for you here in District 38. November 8th, please vote for Caswell Cook.
Welcome back, everybody, and the ladies are taking their spot on the field here, folks. If you missed the first half, boy, exciting doesn't even begin to tell the story. The first half, 5 goals scored by your Lady Bulldogs, folks. 4 off the foot of Samantha Sacco, and that gives her, at the moment, a grand total of 20 goals on the season. What a number! What an impressive young lady she is on the field, and this entire Bulldog team just dominating right from the rip. And I got to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, a lot of those goals came off the foot of a defender or a midfielder from the Bulldogs, right up over the top of the defense of the Thunderbolts in perfect position, and the speed, the footwork of Samantha Sacco, as well as the accuracy, the shot-taking accuracy to finish. The 5th goal for the Bulldogs, or the second in sequential order, came on a beautifully constructed play that they were working on before the game off the foot of Rafferty. Zerberini got her foot on it, misdirected it, and it went to the back of the net. That was the Bulldogs' goal number 2. So an exciting first half, 5 goals in the first half. The Bulldogs working off of a 9-game winning streak after a fantastic regular season. They had 6 days off. They sure didn't get cold because they started out on fire. And now they've got a half a soccer game to play, obviously. What the final will be, who knows? All I know is the winner of this game is heading to Johnston, the neutral site, for the next round. And that'll be on Monday night at 7 p.m. The winner of this contest will play the winner of Narragansett, Exeter, West Greenwich. And now if the Bulldogs were to choose, they may have a little bone to pick with Narragansett, as Narragansett did edge them this season. One of their 2 overall losses on the year. So that's all down the road, and you're supposed to stay on the field like they're doing a corner kick right now. A beautiful one that I almost missed entirely. The shot just over the top of the goal. So the Bulldog offense presses to start again, and this start is much like the first half. Right off the rip, the Lady Bulldogs were on the offensive. It took a few to get behind the Thunderbolt goalie, Isis De Silva, but man, she was peppered in the first 40 minutes. She had some very nice saves, but when you got so many shots against you, you're bound to give up some, especially when they come off the foot of such talented players that this Bulldog team possesses. On top of that, while I rant, this Lady Bulldog team has 3 players, and there are 3 seniors on the field, and these players right up over the top. A beautiful pass by Cranston, by the Bulldogs, just a tick too far ahead, but again, they're pressuring. They will not play on Sal or Jerry Field again. That is Samantha Sacco, leaving an imprint for these seniors to remember without a doubt. Number 2, Gia Keegan, and number 5, the goalie, Kaylee Lamb. Again, the Thunderbolt goalie De Silva challenge comes out of the goal, deciding to go the aggressive route, as she's had to make 3 plays already, not even 3 minutes into the second half. So it's full speed ahead for this Lady Bulldog team. Playoff time, folks. This is quarterfinal action here. Salwa, Jerry Field. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner Shane Blanchard. We have Lisa and True behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and we're bringing to you Varsity Ladies Soccer. They have had a storybook season, folks. 12-1 in the division on the regular season, division champs, Division 2B champs, whatever you want to call it. They're pressing the matter right here. Let me get on the field for a moment. And in steps the Thunderbolt defender. And the Bulldogs ball, it's going to go in favor of the Thunderbolts. So we are bringing you Lady Varsity Soccer action here, folks. Quarterfinal action, all Bulldogs. First half, 5-0. They will, the winner will have the weekend off and go to battle from Johnston High School Monday night. But we will be right back here. This field will not stay vacant, folks. Tomorrow night, under the lights, it will be pandemonium on hand. If you can't be there, be here. We'll be bringing it to you. Biggest game in the state. Cumberland will be coming in to play the Bulldogs. 7 p.m. kickoff. The Bulldogs working off a 5-game winning streak of their own. That being said, tonight is all about this Lady Varsity Soccer team, because they got something special going on for themselves, folks. And when they hopefully look back on this very production of this game, they have some great memories of Salwa Jerry Field, because they put on a show in the first half, and they've done that all year long. We've brought to you several of the games that they will have. And again in the Thunderbolt third. Keegan with it, centers it, and that's Zabarini with it. Up ahead, tries to get it ahead to the corner. That's going to be Jarrett centering it, and just out of the reach of the goalie, who does get the deflection. Nice play by De Silva. Deflected it to herself, skipped by her at first, and then off the knee of another player, she's able to secure it this time. Constant pressure. She is going to be exhausted, folks. The officials allowing them to play. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to go in the Bulldogs' direction, going left to right here in the second half of play. Beautiful night, fall night. I love the fall. It's my favorite season. And now it's playoff time. And then Thanksgiving. Oh, my God, it's just such a fantastic month for high school sports. I'm beyond excited. Tomorrow night, I'm just going to have to keep from absolutely losing my mind. And the defense back, the Bulldogs still pressuring here on the baseline. Seemingly all the Thunderbolt players back. And they're able to get out of a jam here. Dribbling their own way up the field. They have not done a lot of that. They had time of possession, a huge advantage to Bulldogs. And Sacco tries to get a foot on it when it's in the air. And number 18 for the Bulldogs, Rose Bowen, gets up over the top of the defense, but the goalie comes 10 yards out, puts it on the ground. A dangerous prospect with the Bulldogs off of Zabarini's foot, and they try to get back ahead to Intreri. A defender able to get back, and again, it'll go in the Bulldogs' direction. And it's going to be Summer Bruno is going to throw it in for the Bulldogs. And a little extra contact there on Cherry's end. Lost balance, really, is what happened. Out of bounds it goes, and the Bulldogs will have it. They're going to throw it in, I do believe. Did it go out? No, they might have a corner kick out of it. Yes, they will. It went out of the back. So the Bulldogs again pressuring here, opening the half. From the corner, up, and it'll tail its way in off the head of a Bulldog, just up and over the goal. Nice play. Just up a bit too high. And that is Jarrett who got her head on it. Danica Jarrett, the freshman, right here with the possession again in the corner. Been busy all night. Great balance these girls have. Look at the footwork to maintain possession. Out of bounds it goes. Cranston will grab possession. Slipped right at the end there. 32 minutes to go here in the second half of action here. We got ladies varsity soccer. Quarter-final action on the hill. Shallow Jerry Field. 3 seniors are on top of this hill for the last time. Samantha Sacco, Gia Keegan, and Kaylee Lamb. Huge integral parts of this Bulldog machine. I'm going to call them a machine now. This is the last time I'm going to see them live, and boy, have they been fun all year long. Everybody trying to run it down all year long. They've won every time we've seen them, and this is the cap. I got to tell you right now, 5 first-half goals. Yes, 4 goals by Samantha Sacco in the first half of play, folks. Just a fun half of soccer to watch. You wouldn't think these girls were playing playoffs to do or die, folks. Win or go home. And these girls are playing loose. There's freshmen on the field that have never been in this position before. One of them with the ball right here, Danica Jarrett, who's been on the field all night long. And they're playing like they've been here all along. Intreri with it. And that's going to go out the back off of a Thunderbolt, I think. No, that goes off of Intreri. And as freshmen, they are handling the pressure with absolutely no problem. And the Thunderbolts will put it in play. This production brought to you in part by the Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners, next to Duncan Cell Phone Sales, Service, and Repair. And the Bulldogs are making every connection tonight, folks. And they try to get it up over the back of the defense of the Bulldogs, but there are 2 Bulldog defenders there and nobody for Cranston East. Cranston East is pretty much like using almost everybody defensively to slow down the Bulldog machine. And Sacco, nice footwork, and way out comes the goalie again. She figures they're down 4-5. Why not be aggressive this half? And she has. She's come out, staying back and allowing the Bulldogs to shoot. Did not work in the first half, and she's made some pretty crafty saves here. Bottom line is, though, she is under siege again. And way up ahead, will she come out here? Yes, and this time she's going to pay for it. And that's going to be a goal for the Bulldogs. Eva Intreri, as long as she's okay. There was a collision, a little bit slow. Eva Intreri, number 11, gets in on it. Goal number 6 for the Bulldogs. Number 11, the sophomore, fears nothing as she flips completely over. I'll tell you what, these are some tough women out there. They run with finesse. Their footwork is with finesse. They're as tough as the football team you'll see tomorrow. And you saw it right there, using her entire body, flipping over completely and scoring. And I was just talking about the aggressive style that Isis De Silva, the goalie for the Thunderbolts, has decided to come out here with in the second half. And she had made, I think my quote was, some pretty crafty saves. But there's a risky end to that, and the Bulldogs made her pay. Even Trary made her pay right there, even though she paid a little bit with her body. This Bulldog team is going to lay it all on the line for a state championship this year. That time it almost gets by a lamb, as two Bulldogs with their Hake is holding her knee. Hopefully it's for just a quick bump. They're calling someone out, and that's not what the Bulldogs want to see right now at all. So the players are going to converge as the Bulldog defender, Sid Hake, is down. And she's holding her knee at the moment. And we'll take a quick break while she's down, folks. All right, and we are back, folks, and a huge round of applause goes for Sid Hake, who's trying to jog her way, but at least making her way off the field. We all saw that replay, definitely some type of a hyperextension. It wasn't a pretty replay at all, and that's the absolute last thing the Bulldogs need. I'm talking all about the Bulldogs' offense here tonight, but I'm trying to make sure that I mention the fact that, A, their defense has given up 0 goals, but their defense is what's created their offense with beautiful passing up over the top all night long, and a lot of that's off the foot of number 22, Sid Hake, who is generally, she isn't even challenged almost on defense because of her footwork and her speed. And this Bulldog team does not want to lose anybody, and her included for certain. So she's more than likely, without a doubt, there's no need to put her back on the field here tonight, which is a good thing. And she also gets 3 days off, pending a 7-goal explosion by the Thunderbolts, as well as a whole new defensive workup. So the Bulldogs back here pressuring, and it goes off the goalie deflection, number 19 for the Bulldogs. Kayla Bruno, the freshman, she chimes in and tucks one in off the rebound. The Thunderbolt goalie De Silva ricochets off of her knee. And number 19, Kayla Bruno, goal number 7. And these women are just having fun out there now. Still just under 30 minutes to go here in the second half. And now they need to maybe save a few for next week. I don't know if that's how it works in soccer. But I'll tell you what, they've showed what they're all about. They've put everything together here tonight. They've gotten better every game during this win streak, and they've continued to do it here tonight. Everything on the line. This Bulldog team has had that division tied down that side for a few games, but it did not slow this team down from continuing to improve every week, every game, I should say. And that's culminated here in tonight. No nerves in this Bulldog team. They started out pressuring offensively. They started out defensively, and then they've continued defensively and offensively. They really haven't given up much of a threat, any kind of a threat. Kaylee Lamb's vacuumed up, but more or less, the Bulldogs have played some pretty tidy and pretty fantastic soccer here tonight. I got to say, it's definitely a mismatch here in this one, and the winner, the Bulldogs, I do believe will come up with that title here tonight, that category. We'll move on and play on Monday night at 7 p.m. at Johnston High School versus the winner of Narragansett and Exeter West Greenwich. If Narragansett sounds familiar, it should. The Bulldogs 12-2 overall on the season, and that second non-league loss did come at the hands or feet of Narragansett, the Mariners. So maybe the Bulldogs would like a little possibility at a little redemption maybe. It really doesn't matter in the end as they try to center it in front of the goal, pressuring again. The bottom line is they want the crown, they want the state title, and they don't care who they have to get through to get there. You can tell this team is on an absolute mission. You don't often get 20-goal scorers on your team, folks. This Bulldog team has that. You don't often get this combination. You would say, all right, they're only losing 3 seniors next year. Yes, they're going to be great next year. I'll tell you what, these 3 seniors, they are good. And they are very, very important factors to this team. Like I said, they've had one goal in mind all year long, and they have played that way this entire campaign, which is a long one. I mean, this thing started way back for these ladies at the beginning of August practicing. This started in youth league practices for some of these ladies to play together. And they have the opportunity of a career, of a high school career, coming up on their hands, and they have step one. You definitely give them the check mark. They took nothing for granted. They didn't take their opponent for granted. The 6 days off didn't ice them at all. And they have played championship caliber soccer all night long. Great footwork right there by Rose Bowen. And knocked to the ground, but I will say they've allowed contact. And it's unfortunate the contact we did see on Hake came the collision with her own goalie. But that's sport. Players go down in an instant. And you just hate to see it. So am I seeing that back on the field over there in the corner? And Kaylee Lamb with an official save. And that is number 22, I believe, back on the field in the far corner. And that is fantastic to see if I'm seeing correctly. Sacco with it, tries to center it, goes out of bounds off of a Thunderbolt. And coming down to throw in for the Bulldogs, number 14, Danica Jarrett, the sophomore. And that'll get booted out. She will throw in again as they move a little closer. They're inching their way. And fighting near the goal, and Trary, who used her entire body to score the Bulldogs' 6th goal, flipping over the goalie who came running out to try to corral it, and literally at the expense of her entire body did an entire flip in the process, scoring. This Bulldog team will lay it all on the line, but at the same time they can play with finesse and speed. That goes out of the back, and who's it going to go against? It looks like the Bulldogs want it, but they're not going to get it. We're at the 25-minute mark, half number 2. All Bulldogs to say the least here, folks. 7-0 here in soccer. Soccer. I don't know what else you really need to say about that. This is the biggest differential I've covered in soccer, I think. Yeah, definitely in such a big game, without a doubt. This field, again, will not go vacant long. When they shut the lights off tomorrow, they're going to bang them back on tomorrow night. Huge matchup, quarterfinals. Bulldogs will host the Cumberland Clippers. Under the lights, kickoff 7 p.m., and we will bring it to you, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. If you can't get there, tune in here, put it on your big screen, kick back at home. Got a beautiful night to be out at the game tonight. Beautiful fall night for a playoff victory for this senior team, for a farewell to Sal Jerry Field for these 3 seniors, for their career, and boy, did they leave it out there. Boy, did they have a memory to take home. And a game to rewatch. That may have hit the arm, and it did, and there's a whistle. No, there's no whistle. Letting them play. Keegan gets her foot on it. And Sacco with it, and she can make up space, create space. And she will drop down, tries to grab it, and down went the Cranston East player, allowed the ball to come to a rest in play. Trying to get a turn on it is Sacco. And they will put it in from the far side of the goalie's box. When you're on the road and your season is pretty much in the books, it's hard to stay motivated. I don't blame these ladies in white. They ran into I would say it's a buzzsaw, but that's not nearly big enough. They've run into a definite explosive incendiary device, at least, this Bulldog team, because they're ready to blow up, I think, for the remainder of this postseason. They don't have many down times or down moments even in a game. They really don't. I've seen them give up goals, obviously, and their bounce back is immediate. Tonight, they have played at such a level that giving up a goal has not even come close to happening. And number 8 for the Bulldogs trying to turn the corner. Lorelei Sacco, the freshman, she will throw it in. And Trary tries to turn with it and chips it back. And that's Sacco, gets it ahead of Samantha Sacco. Out of bounds it goes. Out of the back, and the goalie, Isis De Silva, ran in a bad situation she ran into here tonight, to say the least, folks. I don't know how you coach or plan for what the Bulldogs put on the field tonight, the display they did. You can't just say offensively. You see 7, and yes, that's fantastic offense. But I'm telling you, it was just the passing over the top was just fantastic by the defense and by the midfield. The second pass was just such a beautiful play, run by Rafferty right up the chute, right up between the Thunderbolt defenders, and Nora Zerberini to get her foot on it, change direction. Goalie was unable to make the save, and that was a quick goal after the first. They scored 3 quick ones there, the Bulldogs, and that really put a pin in the cushion of the Thunderbolts, who now really are kind of probably counting the last 21 minutes down. And there, you got to remember, there are seniors on their side, too. This is their last game. Well, the bottom line is we're here for the Bulldogs, and they have left their imprint on Sal Jerry Field, and we're hoping that the football team does the same tomorrow night. That's going to be their last performance here at Sal Jerry Field this season, and that's going to be including Thanksgiving Day, which will be over on the other side of the river at Stonington this year. I do believe there's an equation that maybe that the Bulldogs could be home in the semifinals. I think a series of upsets would have to occur that are very unlikely, but you never know. Any given Sunday, high school, it's any given Friday night. As far as soccer goes, it's definitely not this Thursday night. Not according to this Lady Bulldog team. I don't know if there's a team in the state who could have come in here into this environment. Good amount of fans on hand as well. This is always a tough place to play. Tomorrow it's going to be United, and I don't know if there's anybody who could have come in and beat these ladies tonight. They are clicking on all cylinders, as they would say. Number 8, Sacco, set to throw in for the Bulldogs. A lot of freshmen on the field here at the moment. And Sacco set to throw in again. And Zabrini got a foot on it, but a Thunderbolt defender was waiting, and they're going to get a turn on it for a second. But Rafferty steps in. Again, 3 Bulldogs there. And Gia Keegan, the senior, ends up with it. Look at the footwork there. Gets by 2. Nice pass. Bulldogs stay with it. It's Intrari. She's got a goal as well. Number 19. Everybody's gotten in on the goal scoring fest, or is starting to. Sacco obviously picked up on the category, and the Bulldogs defense will run it down. And yes, that is great to see. Number 22, Sid Higg, back on the field for this Bulldog team. Man, if I'm taking a huge sigh of relief, folks, think about the family, friends, and fans that have followed this team all year long and know how vital of a piece she is to this puzzle. And to see her get right back out there and get that leg loose again, that's fantastic. So this Bulldog team, 19 minutes left here, 7-0 lead. And the thing is, folks, if you're on the field, you got to play 100%. Because if you don't, that's when injuries happen. Both these girls go down and legs got tangled up. Call was made, but definitely incidental. Bottom line is, if you don't play these sports at 100%, you stand a greater chance at injury than if you do. Bottom line. So they know that. Coaches install that into all their players, especially of teams of this caliber, there's no doubt. So the Bulldogs, fear not, will be playing 18 and a half more minutes. They may not be running as many plays or the same offense or whatever it may be, but as they're running, they're going to be running 100%. And it looks to me like, folks, they're going to extend this winning streak from 9 to 10 here, which is ridiculous. And yes, Samantha Sacco has 4 goals tonight, extending her season total from 16 to 20. Overall games on the season has been 14. This is game number 15. Bulldogs overall are 12-2. This would make them 13-2. And 20 goals in 15 overall games. That is absolutely ridiculous. And Trary turning around. She's got one. She aims to the corner just a little bit to the right, looking for her second. That's all right. 17 and a half to go. And De Silva will put it back in play. This production brought to you in part by Tim Killam for Westerly School Committee. Lori Wycall for Westerly School Committee. Kevin J. Lothar II for Westerly Town Council. And Caswell Cook for Rhode Island State Senate District 38. And vote yes on 4, folks. Vote yes on 4. And the Bulldogs still pressuring offensively. That's how they play. Bottom line, like I said, they're going to go 100%. So if you're not of equal caliber or if you're not putting the same thing on the field, this number is going to continue to grow. It's different in other sports where you can sort of lay it up a little bit and change your play calling, and I'm sure to a certain extent you can here. But the Bulldogs, by them changing their lineup and putting all these freshmen in, they have done such a great job rotating these freshmen in all year long. This is a potent squad, no matter what configuration you have out there. Obviously, their upperclassmen are vital pieces to this record and to the remainder of the games of the season. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever, but what I am saying is that these freshmen do have exposure to some high intensity situations, and it gets behind the defense. Is she going to come out? No, we have another chance at a goal here, and even Trary, bang, at the goal, she's frustrated. That one didn't go exactly where she wanted it to. De Silva makes another save, folks, and I wonder where her save total is on the night, because it's definitely in the double digits. I know giving up 7 never looks good overall on the night, but this girl has been under fire. And the game slowly ticking away here, 16 minutes to go, second half of action. Our neighbors are in action tomorrow night as well. Charahoe Charger football home game over in Charahoe. That'll be played simultaneously as the Bulldogs game. I believe it may start a little earlier, it may not, I know. All I know is they're playing tomorrow night, I do believe. Football for me definitely starts tomorrow, runs right through the weekend. A lot of excitement all over football here in Westerly. Up over the top again, and she comes out for it. She being De Silva, and I know her name because, man, she's been involved in a lot tonight. This Bulldog team has pressed. Keegan with it, up to shoot, and up step 2 defenders, and one finally gets over Keegan and gets the ball clear. And out of bounds it does trickle, and the Bulldogs are going to take it back. And throwing in for the Bulldogs, that's Rose Bowen. And a tired Thunderbolt team. I think at this point you probably want nothing more than to hear a whistle. But you got a little while longer, folks. 15 minutes to go. Bulldogs has tacked on 2 here in the second half. And a whistle. Off the ball, it had to be. Looking for an explanation. They're not going to get one, but Cranston East will take possession. They're going to throw in from the near side. Quiet on the other side of the field. Again, tomorrow night, the environment will differ greatly. This place will be full here, folks. It's a Friday night in Westerly. And it's a playoff football game, so they will be here, or they will tune in, folks. And up front again is this Bulldog offense. This time Zabarini, and she gets a foot on it further away than she would have liked. One of the defenders for Cranston closed in pretty quick on her. And that'll be a stop on their end, and they'll boot it back into play. Cranston East coming in on a 2-game losing streak, and the Bulldogs coming in on a 9-game winning streak. That just wasn't a good equation for this Cranston East team here at Salwa Jerry Field tonight. The Bulldogs looking like they're going to extend it to 10, and impressive fashion, stat builders at this point, without a doubt. But a lot of those early goals by Saco were early on when the pressure was still on in this ball game. But the Bulldogs pressured right off the rip, right from the beginning, and trying to pressure. They do have a few shots on goal, that is the Thunderbolts, but not challenging enough to really threaten Kaylee Lamb whatsoever. State championship quality goalie the Bulldogs possess. They have the pieces. And if they play like this, man, top of the mountain's the limit. That's it. And there's a whistle. It's going to be thrown in by the Bulldogs. 12 and a half to go, second half of action. All Bulldogs all night long here. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you ladies varsity soccer quarterfinal action. These Lady Bulldogs are heading to Johnston, folks. Monday night, 7 p.m. They're going to play either the Mariners of Narragansett or Exeter West Greenwich. As I said before, the Mariners are one of their only 2 losses of the season by a spread of 1 goal. This Bulldog team will face either opponents with the same ferocity as they took the field here tonight. Just wonder if they would like to see one more than the other for just that revenge factor. Either way, that game puts them 1 win away from an appearance at the state championship at Cranston Stadium. And the Bulldogs are going to run one down again on offense. And Trary with it in the corner, and De Silva makes a diving save in the low corner of the goal. It was an extra defender preventing Trary from centering it. And the Bulldogs just firing all over the place here. 11 minutes to go as it trickles down. 5-0 at the half, 2 second half goals. A different lineup entirely. As I said, the Bulldogs use everybody, just not always at the same time. So they do have a different configuration out there. Hasn't slowed down their time of possession or their shots. And up over the top, they try to chip it again. Out comes De Silva. And I have her as the only goalkeeper on the lineup. And as I look here, she's listed as a freshman. So if this lineup is accurate, then she's had an impressive night. Because the Bulldogs, like I said, have fired them from all angles and the entire game. They have put 70 minutes of offensive intensity. And that one innocently hits the elbow of a Bulldog. And right into action, the Thunderbolts are going to go here. And the Bulldogs again up front, 1 person away, and Eva Intreri seemingly a full tank of gas that just does not drop at all, along with the rest of it, but she has been all night long, that motor's running. And trying to get some kind of positive out of today, and just getting on the board at this point would do that for the Thunderbolts. And you always say congratulations to every team involved. It's high school and good sportsmanship's the key. That's in my book anyway. And you've seen a nice physicality out of this game, and they've been the officials have allowed them to play. And it's been good sportsmanship all game long. And the Bulldogs throwing in here. De Silva will wrap it up. And puts the boot into play. So the Bulldogs are going to finish their Westerly.live season anyway on a fantastic note here. A 10-game winning streak. First the division title, then a 10-game winning streak. And then so far here, at least a 7-0 quarterfinal victory at Sal Algieri Field as they head off to the semifinals. And trust me, folks, we're going to keep you posted. You're going to hear my mouth moving forward here for the rest of this week in the playoffs at least. And I'm going to keep you posted if they're in action en route to what they hope to be a 2022 state championship. Bulldog defense just does not allow much behind, and when they do, they have Kaylee Lamb the answer. Up ahead, just a touch too far ahead for the Bulldogs. Number 16, Vittorio Liano, another multi-sport playing freshman on the field. So the last two teams standing for the Bulldogs in the fall here, this ladies soccer team. And the sky is the limit, and tomorrow night, the Bulldogs football team take the field, hit the gridiron, and the sky is the limit clearly for that squad who's been playing do or die 5 weeks in a row, won 5 games in a row, getting better every game. They're going to be a tough nut to crack on the road for the Clippers, but like I said, any given day you got to play the game, and so do these ladies. I was excited coming in here tonight, and for good reason. Boy, did these ladies answer, and I'm excited about tomorrow night. I'm trying to stay tempered here at the end of tonight to get me till tomorrow. I won't sleep much tonight, folks, and I'm not kidding. And if you haven't had enough football Sunday, folks, Pee Wee football field, Old Hopkinton Road, there's 2 playoff games. Winner heads to the Super Bowl. Guess where that's played? Right here, Sal Algieri Field, November 19th. The Pee Wee football Super Bowls will be played here on November 19th at Sal Algieri Field. And we have 3 Pee Wee football teams that are favorites to partake. So let's see how their postseasons work out, and maybe they'll get a chance to play for a Super Bowl on their home field. All right, right now back to the Lady Bulldogs, because I'm not even in the realm of high school at the moment. So 7-0 here, and they're still pressuring. And they get a shot on goal, and diving saved by the Thunderbolts. Just no quit Thunderbolt team, I'll tell you. Credit to De Silva. Nice diving save. This Bulldog team, no matter what offensive combination you put in, they put pressure on you. And out of bounds it goes. The Bulldogs will take it. There's a quick whistle. Stoppage in play, but not in the clock. This place will be packed tomorrow night. And a throw in on the ground, and just a little bit ahead, and another whistle. And pace of play has dropped just a touch here as the final waning moments here tick away of a Bulldog defense that wants a shutout because they've worked hard all night long and deserve it. Oof. Off the head of a Thunderbolt. That cannot feel good. To add insult to injury, pour salt in the wound, whatever you want to say, that's it, man. When things aren't going right, they're not going right. Oh, my gosh, another one. Are you kidding me? This is not intentional, folks. This is just a rough night for the Thunderbolts. Can lightning strike twice? Yeah, it just did. And from the corner, the Bulldogs get the ball with a corner kick to boot. It is up and drops in a nice spot. De Silva makes the save. And the Thunderbolts will try to clear it here. And at midfield with it. Trying to chip it up ahead. There is the Thunderbolt running it down. A couple quicker defenders and the slide tackle still. What a beauty by the Bulldogs. Rafferty puts it out of bounds but ends the offensive threat by the Thunderbolts. Textbook slide tackle, steal combination. elbow there. It's been physical all night long. Don't think for a minute this is not a physical sport, folks. It is, and this is a physical Westerly team. Thing is, they're physical. They can play with finesse. They got the whole kit and caboodle, and we've seen it all year long. They are an exciting team to watch, and they're good. Really, really good. You have to be to get these numbers together. The season record, the winning streak, the goals totals, the everything. And just waiting to throw in here. Here we go. We're almost down to the final additional minutes here of the season here at Salvador Jerry Field anywhere. But these ladies, 2 more steps to climb this mountain. They are going to move on and head to Johnston Monday night at 7 p.m., where they will take on either Narragansett or Exeter West Greenwich, who is finishing up right now in Narragansett. I unfortunately don't have a connection over there where I could get you a live score. I'm sure these ladies are going to know before they leave the locker room. There's no doubt about that. And they're going to be working on them tomorrow, film, guaranteed. They got 3 days to prepare. And this team comes in prepared. There's Lamb as she grabs that one. And they are in the final ticks here, folks, at Salvador Jerry Field. And I want to congratulate the 3 seniors for the Bulldogs. What a way to end your senior career. Samantha Sacco, Gia Keegan, and Kaylee Lamb. What a memory to finish your career here, to look back on. And the effort put forth, and Samantha Sacco, I don't know if you've ever scored 4 high school goals in a game before, but if you haven't, man, did you finish off your career here at Salvador Jerry Field? What a fantastic record-breaking finish, probably. I would imagine 20 goals on the season, scoring 17 through 20 to here tonight in the first half. Kind of let back a little bit and let some other players jump in the second half. As the Bulldogs put a more of a full rotation. I don't know. They have a rotation all year long, folks. They have. There's not many situations that this team isn't prepared for or doesn't have different players they can put in for. That's Bruno on the far side. Frustrated Thunderbolt reluctantly gives her the ball here as they wait for it's going to go back to the Thunderbolts. Back and forth they go. But these final ticks are counting. And we're a whistle away from this Lady Bulldog team, folks. Climbing one more step. They hit the field tonight, and they hit it 100 miles an hour from start to finish, showcasing their talents on top of the hill, under the lights, the way they deserve to be debuted, the way these seniors, man, did they finish their career. Man, this entire team finished their 2022 home campaign. 10 wins in a row they're working off of after tonight, folks. 10 in a row. They advanced their record to 13-2 on the season. Again, every game do or die from here. They're going to play either the Narragansett Mariners or I do believe it's the Scarlet Knights of Exeter West Greenwich. One of those teams is finishing up as we speak. Like I said, these Lady Bulldogs they'll start preparing tomorrow. And they're pressuring the finale. Almost got one up and over to Silva. And a number of saves. What a number of saves. She probably hasn't seen this many shots in a game, let alone a playoff game. She's only a freshman, so there's probably no chance she has. What a night here at Salvador Jerry Field. I'm so excited and happy for these women. They have just been fantastic to cover all year long. And we are in the far corner here. And that is it here from Salvador Jerry Field. This Lady Bulldog soccer team one step closer. They are heading to Johnston to the semifinals. They will face the Mariners of Narragansett for a little redemption, or the Scarlet Knights of Exeter West Greenwich. But here and now, folks, 7 for Westerly, 0 for Cranston East. Samantha Sacco with 4 first-half goals, 20 goals on the season. These Lady Bulldogs won the regular season division title and have now added to their winning streak. They move on to the next round with 10 straight wins. 3 days from now, folks, 7 p.m. in Johnston. We are going to be right back here tomorrow night, folks. 7 p.m. kickoff from the gridiron. The Bulldogs will take on the Cumberland Clippers, and we will see you tomorrow night for kickoff. Tune in, 7 p.m. It's going to be pandemonium.